五条三叉を連ねて成熟。笛の音色で目をつぶす。ブルースパーク。ニニーちゃんが私のことノエルちゃんって呼ぶならやめてあげても。マジックナンバー04スタンボール。マジックナンバー75ガトリングクラウン。
I've been super excited to finally open this beauty for quite some time now. That is the stoic and solemn Noel Niihashi from the anime and manga Burn the Witch, made by Bandai Namco Arts. I was already impressed with the box because they gave it the pattern of the cape they wear for their witch's attire, and you gotta love the artwork they did for it. I was honestly surprised to find both Noel and Nini as figures for their pre-order back in March 2023, and it was an instant pre-order for me because I love the two main characters from Burn the Witch. Here we got the main body as she's in her green uniform for witches, while pointing her witch kit. Didn't even know that was called until I looked it up. She's got a holster on her thigh and a quick upskirt. The next part to take out is the effect and base. Here's the effect of magic expelling from a shot of the witch kit, which is colored a translucent purple. And now for the base, which is the floor of Reverse London, I believe, since that's where the main story takes place, with purple magic shooting back from Noel's shot of the witch kit. Close up of the holster as it squishes the thigh. Love that little detail. Connecting the main body to the base was fairly easy. The base isn't anything too fancy, but I really like how it turned out. Though I do wish it was a bit smaller because it takes up quite a bit of space. It makes it difficult to put it near other figures. And now for the effect piece itself, which only stands on one leg, unlike the Nini version where it stands on two. Also, just between the effect pieces, I think I prefer Noel's over Nini's. From the base to the head, it's roughly 10 inches in height. And to the tip of the effect piece, it's a little below 14 inches. And the length of the base itself is roughly 10.5 inches. Here's a quick display of the figure. This figure costed me $197 USD, with the shipping being $106, but that also included the Nini figure as well. I really liked how it turned out, and buying this figure along with the Nini was one of the reasons I started to make these videos because I'm a big fan of Kubo's artwork, so I knew I was going to try and record myself opening them because it's something I've always wanted to try. But that also led me to just open every figure I buy as well, since it'll give me a reason to just talk about said characters or the series they're from, thus leading me to create this channel. Something I didn't notice in the character design is that Noel has 3 white stripes on her left leggings. Nini has the same design as well. Don't know if that's for the uniform or something they do to match. While I do love characters with the deadpan expressions because it's always fun to see what makes them burst in various emotions, I think I like Nini a bit more than Noel in terms of character. For this reason, I was only originally going to buy the Nini figure, but it'll feel too incomplete without Noel, and I ended up ordering both of them. And thank goodness I did, because I think she turned out amazing. Even though Burn the Witch doesn't have a lot of content out, only has 4 chapters and a one-shot, I've enjoyed the story and the characters very much, wanted to see more interactions between Noel and Nini because I love their dynamic, what's the deal with Balgo and the Chief, since it seems they might be special in some way, and I'd love to see more of the leaders of Wingbind, since they hold a similar positions to the captains in Bleach. I do hope Kubo does continue the series in the future, because I love the way he panels his manga and I love his art style so much. The one thing I was disappointed about Burn the Witch is apparently Wingbind is also called the West Soul Society, because that implies this takes place in the same universe as Bleach, which is something I think was unnecessary. I mean, sure, it's kinda cool to expand more on the Bleach universe, but that also introduces so much questions that'll probably never be answered, like what's the relation between the Hollows and the Dragons? Are they the same thing, just named differently? What's the relationship between Reverse London and the Serete? Wingbind and the Goite 13, how would they interact? Do they like each other or hate each other? However, that's just me. If Kubo ever expands and answers on these concepts, maybe I'll like it. But for now, it's something I didn't really like. Now here's a quick comparison to the Nini figure, which I'll say right now looks far better in appearance, from the pose to the expression. I think the biggest criticism I've seen for the Noel figure is the face expression, which I can see, but there's not much they can show since she shows little emotion most of the time anyway. Though I'll admit, I had some problems with the Nini figure as well, but I'll expand on that later in her video. One thing I love about Noel's character is that she's pretty much just a weeb, loving Japanese culture and even having a Dragon Ball ringtone. Even Nini comments on Noel on how she acts too much like a Japanese person, which is pretty funny. I do find her relationship with Balgo interesting because it's obvious she finds Balgo annoying, but it does seem like she might care about him more than friends, perhaps? But that's just me looking into things as a shipper. That's pretty much it for the video. So glad I finally got around to unboxing this figure because I had it delivered quite some time ago, but needed to unbox others before getting to this one, and it was worth the wait, I'll say. Thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed.
お寿司ちゃんを黙らせます。